Chris, thanks for joining us here today. Recently you guys went up there, you did your survey that you do at the beginning of the months going into the spring in California to see how the snowpack stacks up to an average year. So we just had a lot of snow in the Sierra. How are we looking now after this last atmospheric river event?
Well, we're still below average. We had a very dry start to the year. This is really the first major storm we've had, and it brought some good snow and it brought some good water to the Sierras, but it wasn't enough to make up for what was a very dry October through December.
Okay, so what does the survey tell us? Where are we at now compared to average on a percentage basis, and what part of the Sierra is doing better than another?
Right. Well, Phillips Station, which we've been going to since 1939, it's actually one of the longest climate records we have in the state. They're about 93% of average for that location. Statewide, we're not doing as well. We're about 71% of average. And that's really being brought down by the Southern Sierra. The Central, Northern Sierra doing a little better at about 76 and 70% respectively. But the Southern Sierra is about 58%. But that's a huge increase. This last storm really brought a lot because just 2 weeks ago, the Southern Sierra was only at 22% of average. So they almost tripled what they had just on this one storm.
Wow, yeah, massive increase. I know that areas up into Mammoth, for instance, more than doubled their seasonal snowfall total with this one storm system. So even if the snowpack is around 70% statewide, how are the reservoirs looking? I know we want the water to soak in the ground. We want the trees to do a little bit better when we get into the wildfire season, but are the reservoirs in decent shape now?
They are below average. Coming off last year, which was well below average, we didn't get the runoff we had like we did for the previous 2 years, and then this dry fall that we had, and pretty much dry January. It wasn't until the last week of January that we started to have any type of precipitation. So we're looking at about 50% of average on our major reservoirs.
Okay, so not that great. So hopefully we can get another storm to come into California before the end of the season, hopefully a couple of them. What happens if we don't get those additional storms to come in and deliver that extra boost to the snowpack and that extra water into the reservoirs?
We came off of a historic drought, 2011 to 2016. So Californians have gotten used to making conservation a way of life, and it's doing the small things that we know of changing those habits. Turning off the faucet when you're brushing your teeth, only running the dishwasher and washing machine when it's full. We're making those small habits because we just came off that drought. So we know in California, it's not if the next drought's coming, it's when the next drought's coming. So we're always ready for that.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for your time, Chris Orrock with the California Department of Water Resources. We really appreciate your time, and we hope for the sake of the snowpack and the sake of reservoirs, you get a couple more storms before the season closes out.